Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
From the Robin's Nest.
From the Robin's Nest, we are dressed up for Halloween as Bob's Burgers. We have our Linda Belcher. I'm Louise Belcher. Sam is coming as Jean Belcher. And Jordan's going to be a cat. Doesn't she know she's supposed to be Tina?
I didn't know she was coming as a cat.
She's coming as a cat.
Well, then she'll get to babysit baby.
Right. So we are here on Halloween. Trick-or-treaters are arriving in a -2 hours.
Yes.
-2 hours.
I got it. And I still have to pick Sam up at the train.
There's so much to do.
And I'm having a pumpkin drink.
To celebrate.
Yes.
So tomorrow, when our podcast drops, it will be November 1st, the first day of November. Can you believe that?
So buckle your seatbelts because the holidays are here.
The holidays are here.
And there's Christmas candy everywhere.
Already!
All over the stores. Christmas is out.
So we went to Walgreens today to get some Nerds gummy clusters because that is the number one candy.
And I bought all Hershey bars. I bought big Harry Potter Hershey bars. Sam bought Pokemon cards. I bought some Reese's peanut butter cups, but that wasn't good enough.
But the number one is Nerds gummy clusters. If you don't have the Nerds gummy clusters, you're not a cool house this year.
They are not sold out at Walgreens, FYI.
Because the old people don't know about them.
Oh, is that the old people don't know about them and you hit me? Because Hershey's was sold out.
I didn't hit you on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
I pointed to you.
Well, don't point to me. I mean, you think you're the young one, but there's many more younger than you.
There are. And they've taught me that Nerds gummy clusters are it.
I thought you read it in the New York Times.
And I read it in the New York Times. I heard it. I saw it. I read it. Everything. Nerds gummy clusters are the candy.
Well, we have them, and we have Pokemon cards, and we have Hershey bars. So come to our house, or hopefully you already did. Right. Don't come anymore.
Don't come anymore.
Halloween will be over when you see this. And I will be getting rid of my Linda Belcher.
Yeah, how do you feel about your hair?
I don't really love it. It's sprayed like a wig. I could have just worn a wig. And Linda Belcher doesn't have bangs, but I insisted on having bangs.
Right.
So
that's your Robin touch.
Yeah. So I'm really Robin. And I have my jeans on like she wears, but I'm missing my apron because Sam is bringing it. And I'm going to go pick him up at the train soon.
Right.
So anyway, what else are we talking about? So it was 14 years ago today that we buried Mark. We buried him on Halloween. You know, you have to do what you have to do. You know, you can't control these things. So we have been pretty good on Halloween, though. I mean, there were some tough ones.
And you know what? Like, for a while, I refused to celebrate Halloween.
That's true.
And for me, that was like, I almost had like rules for myself with grief, right? Like I wanted to be like, today I am grieving.
And leave me alone because I'm grieving.
Right.
Don't I look good in this top?
You look great in that top. And now I think a bunch of people ask our advice on grief. And I think that's the thing I did wrong, right? Is like setting those parameters for myself and not allowing myself to be happy. Like, I love dressing up for Halloween.
And now we love it, and we love the kids coming to our door.
And why deny myself of that?
We lived in the country for so long where no kids came to our door. Now, kids come to our door.
Yeah.
And that's really fun.
But Halloween was always like a sad week for us. And Sam refused to do it for a while, too. I remember Sam came to visit me one year in college. My friends and I were all going as Dora the Explorer. I went as the map. Sam went as Diego. And it was October 28th was the like Saturday night we went out, and that's the anniversary of my dad's death. And Sam was really reluctant about coming to visit, but like, yeah, I'm sad, but I'm gonna go out with my friends and allow myself to be happy. And I think that's the best thing that we can do. And we talked a lot about on our live, like allowing yourself to be happy and allowing yourself to let go of some of that grief. And just because you're not feeling super sad doesn't mean that you're not grieving, doesn't mean that you don't care. Right.
Because of course we all 100%. Care. Yes. And you got to remember that your loved one wants you to live your life, wants you to have fun.
And I think that the thing this year and every other year, you know, yes, me, Sam, and my mom, we all lost the same person, but even the three of us grieve so differently, right? And like this year, Sam and my mom both said that this year wasn't as bad for them, right?
Right.
And this year for me was one of the worst years it's been in a while.
I think that's because it was 14 years and you knew the next day you were going to be alive longer than you knew your dad.
Which is
And
hard. That
I really
hits hard.
think that that's what hit you.
That hits hard. And like,
don't you agree? You
yeah,
kind of agree.
And the
because we've been talking about that for a long time. You would tell me,
I've been dreading it for years.
I'm dreading when I've been alive longer, more years than I knew Daddy.
I've been dreading this 14-year anniversary, and it's here. It happened, right? And each day now, the like timeline of me being alive longer than I was with my dad continues and will continue to surpass the amount of time I had with him.
Yeah, because you
life.
can't go back. You don't want, you need to keep,
and I don't want to go back.
No. It's wonderful. You have such a wonderful life, and your dad would be super proud of you, super happy, and it's all really good for you.
Absolutely.
And so you got to let yourself enjoy the goodness too. You can't feel guilty.
No.
And
I don't.
That things are really good for you and you're happy.
Right. But I also, like, last year, I was like, I want to feel sad on the anniversary. And I didn't.
And that made you feel guilty.
And that made me feel bad. So this year, I think when, like, did I love having anxiety the day before? No. But when I was able to cry, there's an appreciation for that sadness. Right?
Right.
Because it doesn't come around as often, but when it does, it almost takes me back to being 14.
Right. And it's a reminder.
Yeah. And this year I almost I wasn't grieving for myself. I was grieving for my 14-year-old version.
That's right.
You
were realizing that, some of your sadness is that Daddy is missing all this fun we're having.
All the great stuff we're doing and fun we're having. Absolutely.
And he's famous.
Yeah.
And he never knew he was going to be
famous. But the grief has transformed, right? Mm-hmm. It's not as much like, I miss him as much as he is missing this.
Right. And you've got to realize, though, Emma, he doesn't know he's missing it.
No.
And it's so hard to get your mind wrapped around it.
It is such a difficult concept, death. Mm-hmm. And I think the weird thing about Halloween and him dying and being buried on Halloween is, like, somebody asked, I follow an Instagram account about grief, and the question was posed the other day, is Halloween triggering for your grief? And I thought that was a really interesting question because
it does for us.
For me and for us, it does. But that's because it's our time, right?
Not because he's a ghost now.
Right. But that's what I mean.
He is a ghost.
Like ghosts and skeletons
and death and coffins and
right.
headstones.
It's all Halloween. It's all there.
For sale at Marshall's. All of it.
But the headstones, right? Like, it's weird that people are using those things as decoration when those symbols for death for people like us who have experienced so much grief, it represents so much more.
And all those skeletons everywhere. Because that's what Mark looks like in that coffin.
I know.
Is a skeleton in clothes. So he's a skeleton with clothes, like I'm going to be buried naked.
Right. Do you want to tell everybody about this if they didn't see it on TikTok or Instagram?
If you didn't see
Robin's plan that she's making known to everybody.
So I want to be buried naked, and I want an open casket, which isn't very usual, but
because some people are buried naked. I saw somebody online say, "Yeah, you're buried how you were born, nude."
Yeah, but then someone online said it's illegal to have an open casket and have nude, so I thought we could put the bikini on.
Okay, so bikini.
Yeah, a bikini.
Is that nudity if you're dead?
I don't know. And I want my belly button pierced.
Right.
And I want everyone to see how great my body is. And I want Emma and Sam to invite all the people who hate me. I said who I hate, but I only hate them because they hate me.
Right.
So I want
personal invitation. So if you get a call, you're an enemy.
Yeah. That Robin thinks you hated her.
Yeah.
So
and you probably did. And that's okay.
You probably did. And I'm okay with it. But I want you to come to my open casket viewing and see my body.
And be scarred for life.
Yes.
What a way to remember you.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought.
To be forced to remember you.
Yes.
and you can't look away.
Yeah, you can't. Now, we did not have an open casket for Mark.
No, and I don't think it's a Jewish
I don't either.
thing to do. We saw him in the casket, right? That was
and then we
private
closed
family thing.
Yeah, and then we closed
Now, was it just our family there? Was it just the three of us there when that happened, or were his siblings there and
I don't know.
The Schaeflings? Like,
I think Carol was there. Okay. I have to ask her. They were probably there. We just don't remember it. We each put something meaningful in the casket. I thought of that when we were walking out the door to go. I said, kids, grab something.
I quickly printed out a picture of me and Sam. I put in a picture of me and Sam.
What did Sam put in?
Sam just did whatever I did.
Some things never change.
Like, I wrote our shared eulogy.
And I put in a campaign button from running for Recorder of Deeds because he loved that.
And this is the weirdest thing. Remember the Snoopy toy was in there?
I just got the chills. I forgot all about this. Tell what happened, Emma. This just gives me the chills.
So when the EMT arrived at our house, this Mark had a heart attack. I think if you listen to our podcast, you know. When the EMTs arrived to our house, I guess they couldn't pick him up. I don't know. It was really weird what they did. They like dragged him out.
Yeah. No, they put him on a stretcher.
That's your watch?
That's my watch. Mickey's on there.
But I think they like dragged him out from where he was. A little bit.
Because we had taken him out from the bathroom. Remember?
Yeah.
You and I dragged him out.
Yeah. They had taken him out, and I guess he had gotten a dog toy stuck with him.
Because we had 3 dogs at the time.
And when we went to see him at the funeral home, there was this like Snoopy toy with him. Which belonged to one of our dogs. And we were like, what is this? And we're like, oh my God, that's Max's toy.
And here's what's really weird. When we went to the hospital, you didn't go in to see him.
No, I didn't.
And Carol and I went in to see him. You know, he looked alive. They had something down his throat, but he was already passed. But he was in his boxers and his t-shirt.
I probably should have gone to see him.
You should have. But there was no doggy toy there. I didn't see any doggy toy.
And then, like, you know, he was an organ donor. So he went and got that surgery done. And his body had been several different places. And when we got to the funeral home, he had this dog toy.
In the casket with him. We left it in there, obviously.
Yeah. But it was like such a weird.
It gives me the
weird
chills, you know, like he took it, or we know it got stuck on him.
Yeah.
You know,
he wouldn't have taken it. He didn't like the dog.
He liked him okay.
They had a fun special relationship.
We should sprinkle some of Max and Lily's ashes on Mark, at least Max. We should.
So they could be with each other for eternity?
Yeah.
The dog he didn't want?
The dog he didn't want that got up with him at 4:30 every morning. I think we should do that, Emma. I think people would enjoy that. Don't you?
Who?
Our viewers. I think we should tape it. Sprinkle some of Max's ashes on Mark's grave.
Would you enjoy it?
Yeah, because I don't know. Why not? And we should take.
I don't feel like opening up.
We don't have
dog's ashes.
We don't have Bonnie's ashes.
No, we don't have Allie's because you sent Allie to California.
That's right.
To live with your wicked stepmother.
Someone had to do it. So Allie took the hit.
Allie the dog took the hit. We did a lot of crazy things. But I think we have reclaimed Halloween instead of being a sad day that we dread and that brings back, you know, these memories of burying him and his funeral and all that. We have taken it back as a fun day that we now spend together. Yeah. And we spend time deciding what we're going to dress up in. Yeah. We got the candy. We're ready for the kids. And it's just we have dinner together. Thing. It's right. I got to make dinner. I'm going to have to go. I got to go pick Sam up at the train, Emma. I have to leave now. But I think the fun thing is that all these days that we used to dread, we have now turned into days that we look forward to because we spend them together. That's right. And I hope that you all have someone to spend Halloween with. If not, turn on our videos. We're there for you. We're there for you. All right, everybody. It's been so much fun being in the Robin's Nest with you. We will see you next time. And I promise it'll be longer. We'll think of something good. We'll think of something good. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, our merch, on Snapchat. It's the Robin. It's the Robin. Our merch. It's the Rosenthal's.shop. See us, hear us, talk to us. we're on live a lot more now, so you can interact with us. We love you. We will see you next
Ask us questions.
time.